This week on The Late Apex, we talk Rennsport, the new pedal from Simucube, and Sam sits down for a chat with pro streamer David Sampson. Hello and welcome to The Late Apex, where myself, Tim Cox, is back on the sofa with the skinny one on the left, aka Sam Fitzpatrick. Thank you, Reddit, for that one. Brilliant one, as always. But a lot to get through today, as always. And, well, let's start with a 60-second news update. Casey Kerwin in the 2022 NASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series Championship. He took home a cool $100,000 after beating Bobby Zalenski at Phoenix in the season finale from the NASCAR Hall of Fame in Charlotte. Dakar Rally, they've released their first free DLC featuring 36 extended stages. Console players, however, you guys got to wait. It's only coming to PC initially. To the dismay of F1 Manager 2022 players, Frontier have announced that they will be ending support after their next patch. Grid Legends, well, they've released their Enduring Spirit DLC pack featuring Fuji Speedway, 4 new cars and improvements to multi-class features and new narrative features. NASCAR Ignition, they've released their 22 throwback DLC featuring over 80 new paints. And R-Factor 2, well, they've released another BTCC car, the BMW 3 Series, as well as the Sakhir International Circuit in Bahrain. And that's been your 60-second update. Well, Sam, some big news there, but not as big as, well, 2 big features have come out of this week. Let's get kicked off with hardware. Simucube, they've made the delve into pedals with what they are coining the Simucube ActivePedal. Sam, what's it all about?
They are dubbing it as the first electronically controlled force feedback pedal. It has no springs, no rubbers, no fluids. Instead, it's a completely new design, really, Tim.
It is, isn't it?
They're talking about it potentially being the next level up. They're talking about it potentially being an even bigger step than direct drive wheels, potentially. It could totally transform the pedal market.
That's a bit of a big claim, that one, to say the least, isn't it? Surely there's got to be some software behind it to control on it.
Yeah, exactly. So there's not much kind of hardware customization, but with the software, they've designed it so that you can easily control the travel of the pedal. I mean, some of the videos that they've shown, you can travel the pedal by a massive margin or by a couple of millimeters, for example. And it's also made it so that you can change by the click of a button, whether it's a throttle, brake or clutch as well. And that's all done by the software. The pedal stays the same, but the software completely transforms what the pedal behaves like.
So basically what you're saying is I can hop straight from cruising the highways of Europe in Euro Truck Simulator to hopping straight into F1 2022, and I can just instantly adapt all my settings to be relevant to that car with blink of an eye, effectively, a couple of clicks.
Exactly, and they're really talking about it potentially being useful for real life driving as well. So if you're jumping into a single seater that you've never driven before, you can test that with a realistic pedal. That will be a potential use for it for the real life drivers. Pre-sales are going to be starting fairly soon, but at the moment, Tim, we don't know what the price is. We know it's going to be steep. I think 4 figures is realistic. I'm
really intrigued by this one. And especially where it's going to probably mimic ABS, traction control kicking in with that sort of feedback you get through the pedals.
Yeah, proper like vibrations that you get as the ABS kicks in when it comes to the braking.
Well, it sort of came back to me like the butt kicker type system. Sim 3D as well, with their pedal adapter kits as well that they do that sort of mimics that. But it's almost taking those as being external mods and putting it into one big package and then moving it up a level as well at the same time. Definitely interesting times ahead. Really looking forward to those coming out and trying to get hold of some and having a bit of a test with them, I think, along with every man and his dog. Next up, let's talk Rennsport. Big new game coming. Some intriguing bits that came out of their Discord call on Friday night.
Yeah, so it has a bit of a community kind of
Like a
talk.
town hall meeting.
Yeah, exactly, and just to give a few updates, answer some questions, and we learned a few details about the sim. So, for example, we're going to have a race direction UI, which is going to be quite a cool element that is going to be added, where you can call safety cars and organise grids as well, however you want. They're talking about having many classic circuits. Certainly seems like they're going to be going for the big hitting world circuits for the initial launch rather than going for more club circuits. That certainly seems to be the way that they're going to go. Also, it's going to be free to race. You are going to be free to race Rennsport, no cost. Apart from the fact that, of course, you're going to have to buy a lot of the content, and there is going to be a subscription model as well. But there's going to be some form of free-to-race element to it. So, yeah, that will be, I guess, a decent taster, I guess, Tim, for people who aren't so familiar with the sim.
To be fair, you see it with all the other sims, don't you? If you look at Race Room, for example, that comes with some free content, and then you have to buy the DLC packs on top of it. It's very much interesting, that subscription model, going down the iRacing model. And it's what you're seeing from the wider games industry, I think, quite a bit at the moment, not just the sim racing market.
Also, they revealed that it's about 6 to 8 weeks until they're going to reveal some details about their kind of involvement with ESL, which is very exciting because, of course, big esports kind of competitions company. So we'll be fascinated to see what kind of championships they have organised. And also, the Audi R8 is going to be released as well for beta users. It's good to see Audi involved in Rennsport, along, of course, with Porsche, which is the
and BMW as well.
And BMW as well. Lots of German manufacturers already involved in the game.
But we're going to head to a quick break now. On the other side, we talk to pro streamer David Sampson, and we take a look at the week ahead on Apex Racing TV.
I was shocked. I thought I had a lot of rigs. This is insane. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just very impressed. The people, the layout, the rigs, the thought that's gone into it all as well, with the ability to, with the TVs, the broadcasting. Yeah, it's words is difficult. I've not seen anything like it. I had a G29 strapped to a desk. Me and my dad started to really get into it, and he was only visiting for a couple of weeks. When he went back, we started talking about all my races I've been doing recently in iRacing, and I started recording them. Sharing back then, a couple of years ago, wasn't so mainstream, so I used YouTube, and I started getting some comments, and that drove me to realise how awesome the sim racing community is. As you get more and more races, as you get more and more experience, as you put more on yourself to perform, you can go down the wrong path of sucking the fun out of it. So always remember why you're in, why you're racing, and how much you enjoy it, and maybe a reset once a week is a good thing to have. Yeah, I mean, I got into casual YouTube videos just for fun, but I suppose the answer is Tony Kanaan I made friends with because of the pandemic, bringing him out of real life racing and getting into sim racing, and he dragged me into the world of Twitch, and a couple of years in now, not looked back. I'm really enjoying it. Best thing about streaming is the community. You're not racing on your own, you're racing with people. People can give you encouragement, people pick you up when you make a mistake, and it's like a online family that share the passion that you're in, so easy. Helping in any way I can with their brand and streaming and online presence, and again, I'm looking to collaborate in both the learning side and the streaming side, however I can help and however they can help me. Everything I can, from streaming on their channel, interviewing the guys, working on broadcasts, any commentary I can do, Just looking to bring in my skill set from streaming in any way I can help and collaborate with them is going to be fantastic.
Well, Sam, really fascinating chat with David there, and how he got into streaming, how he stuck with it as well to then become one of the biggest names in sim racing streaming there is now.
Absolutely, yeah. Really cool to chat with him when he visited a few days back. And yeah, looking forward to working with him. Maybe we'll see him on the sofas potentially soon. Maybe you'll be hearing his voice on some of our Apex Racing TV broadcasts on iRacing in the future. So yeah, hopefully we'll see much more of him in the near future.
And you know I love a good segue, and that's a beautiful one to take a look at the week ahead here on Apex Racing TV. Sam, what is your pick of the bunch?
I think the one that I'm looking forward to is the return of the Apex Racing League Truck Series. We are down into the playoffs. 3 rounds remain. We've got Phoenix, we've got Watkins Glen, and we got Indianapolis as well to round out the playoffs. 8 drivers have qualified, and we've seen from this season no one driver has got more than 2 podiums across the meetings. In fact, I think the top 2 in the championship only got 1 podium. Insane kind of variance throughout the results, and so anyone who can get that consistency for those final 3 rounds could be in with it.
Well, you mentioned that. Only once has someone won from pole, and that was last time out of Road America. Also, we've had race winner Mark Redford from round 2, didn't make the playoffs. It's been that topsy-turvy.
Selfie as well. Matthew
Yes.
Selfie won another round, and he didn't qualify either. 4 of the drivers are Alcantech guys. Of course, there's many other Alcantech drivers on the grid. I wonder, do you think is that going to be like an advantage for those guys, the fact that they got half the playoff places?
Well, there's only one way to find out, Sam. Tune in this Sunday evening here at Apex Racing TV, and we'll find out who's going to come out on top for sure. But well, that's all we've got time for this week. I've been Tim Cox. He's been Sam Fitzpatrick, and we will see you in a week's time here on The Late Apex.